Hello and welcome to the fourth lecture of our Advanced Analytics for Data Science and Machine Learning program. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss a very important topic. This is about changing the location of your Jupyter notebook. When I say changing the location, if you open a Jupyter notebook and if you start writing a program, it gets auto saved into a particular location, to a default location what you have chosen while installing Anaconda. By any chance, if you want to move it from that location to a new location, there is a process what you need to follow, right? And that's exactly what we are planning to discuss and cover in this lecture. And also, if we have to retrieve a document or a file which we have worked previously, when Jupyter nodes call for a document, it will only look in that space what you have defined as the space or the location. Anywhere else in the computer, if you keep that, Jupyter nodes will not be able to access it and fetch that information for you. So this is a very critical step, right? You should be aware of which is the location where things are getting stored. And then if required, you should also be in a position to change it if that demands for one. Okay. So now let's look at how do you know? How do you know what is the current location of Jupyter nodes, right? So for you to validate that, first you need to launch the Jupyter notebook. You have to open that. In the previous lecture, we were talking about how to access your Jupyter nodes, right? So we learned one method by going to the search bar and typing Jupyter and clicking on the shortcut and launching or opening your Jupyter notebooks. We have covered that. So in this lecture, I will cover a different method or another method. It's always good to know multiple methods. There are multiple methods too. We will see another method. Since you already know one method and we've covered it, we will show another method how to open it. Okay. So for you to know the location, as I told you, you need to first open your Jupyter notebook. The method one we already discussed. Method two is something what we will discuss in this lecture. Okay. So method two is first we need to open the Anaconda Navigator. And from that Anaconda Navigator, you have to launch your Jupyter notebook, right? So how do we open the Anaconda Navigator? You can simply go to your search bar and type Anaconda, and Anaconda Navigator will come in. You click there and then you will let this particular window launch. Okay, so now let's look at it, how it happens in a practical way. So now I'm going to go to my search bar. Okay, I'm going to type Anaconda. So Anaconda Navigator has come up. I'm going to click on Anaconda Navigator. I'll need to give a few minutes, or rather a minute maybe, for Anaconda Navigator to open. So you will get a sign like this. So it's in the process, it's initializing it. In a few minutes, in a few seconds now, Anaconda Navigator will be open for you. Let's just give it a few minutes. And here there will be one loading content. Yes, the Anaconda is open. Now I'm going to click here. The Anaconda Navigator is open. Now I told you from here you can launch your Jupyter notebook. So I see Jupyter notebook here, right? So Jupyter notebook, and I've got a little launch button here. I'm going to click launch. So that's going to open my Jupyter notebook now. Just give it a few seconds. Yes, it has opened the home page. This is the location what I have defined it. If I want to know which location is it, I just go open a new Jupyter notebook, okay, and let it open. Just give it a few seconds. Yes, that's open and it's all set. Okay, and now I'm going to type pwd. This is asking Jupyter notebooks to show you what is the work directory. Okay, and then put a exclamation mark, and then you have two options. Either you can click on the run button here, or you can click or you can press shift and enter together. So let me show the run button. So I'm going to bring it onto the run button and click here. Okay, now I know what is my current location. My current location is in C drive users del. This is my current location, right? For some reason, I want to change this, right? Whatever I save here will go to this location at this point in time. Let's look at it. Let's do a quick example and I'll show you that. So if I want to save this file, right, I'll go ahead and change the name save as. Let's say that I will put test1, test1, okay, and then click save button. There is a test1 already there, so let me say test5, okay, save. So that's going to get saved to this location. So let's go and validate whether it's already got saved. So there are two ways in which I can do it. I can just go to my home page and I'll say come to this area, these are my folders, and I'll say last modified, yes, test5 got saved. So how would I know whether this is this location, C user? You can even go here and then go to your C drive, open users, del, and then test5. See guys, it's already created and it's reflecting here. So whatever you do here in your Jupyter notebook gets saved here. Another thing is that if you want to call for that file, right? If you want to call for a particular file, if you want to import data, you can only import data from this location what you have already defined. Jupyter, anywhere else in this computer, if you have stored any data, that cannot be fetched. So location is very important. Location is important to store the path. The work directory is very important to store and also to retrieve. So that is the reason why we say that it is very, very important to know this. Okay, now that we know which is our current default location or the work directory, I want to change this C users del, right? Let's say that I want to change and put it in a new location, say maybe this location, Python from G drive, Python basics. So let me say that, I want to use this as my work directory now or a location, right? So I need to tell Jupyter that, do not use C users del anymore. Please use this. So if I want to know which location is this, I need to bring my cursor here and just click. So that's going to open up. This is the location. So I'm going to tell Jupyter, please do not use C user del. Instead, use this location for your future programming needs, right? So whatever I work on will get saved in this location. If I ask Jupyter to open something, Jupyter will only look at in this location. Okay, so that's something what I want to do. So now that you're clear that you know how to check your current work location, let's look at how can you tell Jupyter to change this existing location to this new location. Okay, so that's exactly what we have covered in this. So far, we've covered these slides. And now, how will I do that? So for me to do that, there is one step what I need to do. So I'm going to close all these things what I've opened so that I don't want multiple windows. It's easier for you to follow as well, right? So now if I have to tell this to Jupyter, I have to do some few steps, around 16 to 17 steps I need to do, right? You don't really need to do every now and then. Once you set, it will stay there. And if you want to change only, then you will really need to change, redo these steps. Otherwise, the first thing what I will be doing is that now I want to change. So first I will go to my search bar, what you see on the figure here. I will just type as Anaconda, right? Anaconda, I need Anaconda prompt, right? I need to prompt it to Jupyter because I'm using Jupyter through Anaconda. So I'm using Anaconda prompt. So I'll just click on this. There will be a little window like this, a black window, which you see there. The screenshots are provided. I will explain it to you once I show the practical side of it. So now I need to prompt Anaconda something. What I'm going to prompt is, I'm going to type like this. Okay, Jupyter notebook, Jupyter. I left a space in the beginning, right? I left a space in the beginning. You can leave. Just need to be need Jupyter. I type Jupyter, and then I leave a space. Notebook, okay, and I leave a space and then 2 hyphens I put, right? And then what I will need to type is to generate dot, not dot, it's a hyphen again, config, right? So Jupyter notebook generate config. please give me the default configuration file. I want to change it in the backend so that Jupyter will know it. And I'm going to click enter here, right? So that's going to ask whether you need to override the existing location with the default location. Yes, I would love to do that. So give me a configuration file with the default location. I click yes here, Y here, and then click and again enter. So it is already written and it is available. That file is available in C, users, Dell, and Jupyter, right? So I just need to go to this folder. I will see a text file just created for me right now. Okay. So I'm going to go, I'll go to my C drive, users, Dell, and then scroll down and I will see Jupyter somewhere here. Jupyter, right? Jupyter. So there is this text file which is created at 15:22. So a minute ago it was generated for me. I'm going to open this text. Okay. Now this is the document. This is the configuration document. I'm going to change the configuration in this document so that Jupyter will know which is the new location. So for me to do that, there is one location in this document, one line in this location. In this document, I need to figure out. So to reach there fast, I'm just going to use some keyword. One keyword I'm going to use is Control F. I'm going to put and I'm going to type notebook. Notebook. Okay, notebook. Find next. Okay, first, this is not the one. So keep clicking. I will tell you where exactly you need to stop. This is something what you can do also as we speak. So keep clicking, keep clicking, keep clicking. So there will be one what I will tell you exactly where you need to stop. Just note that and keep in your mind so that you will not find it difficult next time when you do it for yourself. So we are about to reach that place. My experience, we are about to reach. Just give it a few seconds and we're gonna be there. Yes, we have reached. So guys, this is the area. This is the area where I want to make those changes. The directory to use for notebooks and kernels, right? So this is the default directory. I want to change the default directory to the new one. Okay. So which is my new area which I want? I've already showed it to you, right? I want it to be in Python from G drive, let's say Python basics. I want this library, this directory. This should be the location. So how will I get the path? I just need to click on this. So it's going to give me the path. I will copy this, Control C, right? I'll just copy this and then go back to my sheet of this file. Little changes what I need to make is that this line I need to make a change. So I will remove the space onto the left and I will remove the hash and I'm going to paste Control V or paste the new location between the inverted commas. Okay. So inverted commas, I put the new location. One thing which this file will not take is backward slashes. So I'll need to change all of these things to forward slashes. That's it. Forward slashes. Right? Forward slash. I made all these things into forward slash. Now what I need to do is to go ahead and save this. So save as, right? So in this, wherever location it was downloaded from, so say the same location we are saving it back. So I can't see the file, so I'll take it all files. Okay, so I have this file and I'm going to save it. So it is going to ask Jupyter node config.py already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes, we have made some changes, right? So I'm going to replace it. Yes. Okay. So all good. Now, technically, your location has changed from C user Dell to this new location, right? How will we know whether it has come into effect? Let's again call Anaconda, right? Let's again launch our Jupyter nodes and do the same process of PWD and ask which is the new location. So I'm going to call Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator. Okay, I'm going to give it a few minutes for him to open up. Few seconds. In fact, it won't take a minute. It will be less than that. Yes, it's fast. Just initializing. Loading applications. Okay, now we have got it open. I've opened it. So we have the Jupyter notes here. I'm going to launch it. Jupyter, I'm going to launch it. You all see that. Just give it a few seconds. That's going to open. Yes, I see that it is the new folder, but we can always check it. You know how to check it now. Just open the new notebook, Jupyter notebook, and then just type pwd, and your choice is yours. You can either hit shift and enter together, or just click run. See, the change has taken place. Initially it used to be C users del, and now Jupyter nodes know where is the new location. So we're clear here, right? So I hope that you understood so far how to change it in the backend. So we have changed it. Now, if you remember, in our previous lecture, we were talking about a shortcut to first method was to type Jupyter nodes here, right? So Jupyter nodes, this shortcut, what is available here, can remember only the last or the previous location. This is yet to know because it's a shortcut which is created after creating the changes, right? So this shortcut has not yet got the new location. If you try and open it with this shortcut, it will again go back to your old location only, right? To avoid that, maybe if you want to check, we can check it. See, the location is a different location, right? This is not the location we want. We can check it always. So Python, if you open it and then just check the location, pwd, see, this is the old location. We don't want that location anymore, right? So either we can delete it or you can create a new shortcut. I'll tell you how to create it. So let's look at how to create a new shortcut for us. So again, I'll come back here and I will type Jupyter. So this existing shortcut will open. Now I just need to right click on this and go to the location of the shortcut, right? Click on open location. So I see that there is a little icon here. So this is the shortcut location. So now I need to create a new shortcut for my new path. How will I do it? I just need to replicate this. I will just copy this and then paste it again so that I get a duplicate of this, right? So I got a duplicate of my shortcut. Now this duplicate of the shortcut I can use. I just need to tell this duplicate shortcut what is a new location. How will I give it? It's very simple. I just again click on this, right click on this, right? Right click on this, and then there is something called as properties. I come to the properties, okay? Properties, and I click on shortcut. So shortcut is showing me what's the target and where to start in today, right? So in this target, there's something called as user profile. So my profile was created, so I don't want to use that profile anymore. So I will just delete that. What I deleted is just this double inverted commas and this percentage user profile. So I'll just take this off and hit the delete button. So that is deleted. And in start and where to start, I'm going to give the new path here, right? So what I did is that percentage home path, this I'm going to delete now. I've selected and hit the delete button. And now I'm going to tell which is the new path, right? So I need it in this path, right? If you remember, this is the path, what I'm asking. So where do I get the path here? I've copied this path. And now I'm going to go back here and give the new path, okay? New path. So I've given the new path and I've deleted the user profile. I'm going to click apply and OK, right? So now there is a new shortcut with the new location in here. So let's see whether it is come into effect or not. So I'll type Jupyter. Yes, Jupyter copy, right? So if I click on this, guys, it will open a new Jupyter notebook with the new location, right? Ideally, it should be the new location, but this is not yet happened. Let me check 1 second. This is still user. So did I use the right process? Let's check. Jupyter Anaconda. right? So Jupyter copy, let's click on it. Yes, you have to wait for a minute. So now you have a lovely new shortcut, right, with the new one, which if you want to check, you can check again, come back here, Python, put pwd. Yes, now you have a shortcut with the new location as well. So now if you want, you can do one thing, right? So you have two shortcuts here, right? So copy few, and it is, the name is copy. You can rename it. How do you rename it? Just right click here, open file location, go to the location, right click here, rename it, and let's say we can give that name as path. Okay, I'll leave it as path just for that, right? Path. And now that since I've already initiated it, I need to make one more change. It's a very quick change. So I've changed it. So the new name will be reflecting in the shortcut now. And last little thing what I will do is I'll go to the properties, again open the shortcut, and I don't need to start in here again, right? I can just delete it because it's already initiated, right? So now it knows where to start in with. So I'll apply and okay. So my path is set, and I'll check once again Jupyter. Oh yes, Jupyter Notebook Anaconda path. If I click here, that's going to open the new one, and the location is the new location, right? See, this is the new location. If I want to open a new one, and if I want to check which is my location, yes, it's changed. Let's try saving this. Python location test, right? And I want to save it. Just give it a second and then go back to your home page, click on last modified Python location test. So that is going to get saved in the new location. So you can also go to the new location and see whether it's true. Python new location test, right? So go to your Python, G drive, Python basics, Python location test. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that you understood it, and this is very critical. Don't worry, I'm going to show you this PowerPoint, where this PowerPoint has the entire steps what we just followed. First is how to launch your Jupyter Notes through Anaconda Navigator, and then how to check your PWD. By putting the PWD, you will see what is your current location. Now if you want to change this location, what you need to do, it's given in the next slide. This slide, very detailed slide. You go and click, type Anaconda in your search bar. Anaconda prompt will come. You click on that and such a screen will come. All you need to do is type Jupyter space notebook, double hyphen generate hyphen config, and hit the enter button, right? When you hit the enter button, you will get to see this kind of a message, whether you want to rewrite it to a default. I will say yes, type yes here, type Y here, and click enter button, and then the default configuration file will be generated, and it will be available in this location, right? You just need to look at this location in your screen. You just go to this location within Jupyter, right? Users, Dell, Jupyter. When you click here, you will see a file log like this would have already been created. Just open that, come to this area by using the keyword notebook. You keep scrolling, just note this area in your notebook, just keep checking for this area, and you will see that make some minor changes, delete the space and delete the hash button, and then put the new path here within the inverted comma. Only one thing what you need to take care is put it forward slash, because by default it will be backward. Just change it to forward slash, and what you need to do is save that document in the same location, overwrite it, right? Take as all files, highlight it and replace it. Yes, click on yes. You then you would have replaced it, and technically your location has changed now. So now what you need to do is you are going to see what is the new location, what you want to create, a shortcut, right? So click on the Windows search bar, right? And then you will see the new location, right? The new shortcut you would have created, right? The new shortcut you would have created. That shortcut, if you want, to change the name, you basically, what you did here is, you created the shortcut by coming into this um, location, and then you can go ahead and change it, right? So once you put the Anaconda prompt, that the new shortcut will come, and I renamed it as path. If you remember, I renamed it as path. Now what you need to do is go to path, go to properties of the path, and tell that path which is the new location you want to put, right? You remove the user profile, you remove this, and you put it with replace it with the new location, right? In starting, you put the new location, you just type this in. In my case, I use this location, I put this location, click apply and OK. And then if you try to open this path, you will see that the new path is reflected. So in case if you have a doubt, I'll make this document available for you as well. Just refer to this and you can get your location changed. A very quick one before we could stop this lecture is to ensure that you understand how to save a new document or a new Jupyter notebook. And then obviously, if you want to access that notebook later, how do you access it? And of course, if you get a new Jupyter notebook from an external source, for example, I'm going to provide you a lot of Jupyter notebook saved in the resources section of the lectures. So how do you save it and how do you access it in your Python, in your Jupyter notebook? It's very, very important. Let's quickly have a look at it and then close this lecture. So for example, I'm opening a new workbook or Jupyter notebook. And let's say that it is coming like this. And then, I just wrote PWD and I checked my current path. Okay, now that I want to save this notebook, all I need to do is come to file, hit save as, and just write maybe test2 and save it, right? So this is saved now. So let's see where is it got saved. We all know that we can go to home page and I can see that a few seconds ago it is saved here. If I want to open this, I just need to click here and that will open that sheet for me from the point where I have left it. So I've just saved this and I've left it. So this is how I access a saved one. Say for example, right, you want to save something to your Jupyter notebook, and if you want to access it, like for example, I have given you some resources, files in the resources section, especially the notebook files saved. How do you do that? The best way to do it is that download that document, and ensure that it comes to your desktop. And from your desktop, just copy that and save it to your respective folder, right? Your respective folder, wherever you have kept it. Say, in my case, my respective folder or the location, what I have decided is this, Python basics. And then in Python basics, if I save it here, right, automatically it will reflect in your Jupyter notebook as well, right? And from there, you will be able to open it, right? So for example, that, I have this file, right, which I have downloaded. And let's say that, I've downloaded and it has come into my downloads. When I download it, it'll come to my download. Let's say that this is something what I have downloaded from my resources section. And if I want to rename this, you can definitely rename this as well, right? So let's say that, this is test3, right? This is something what you have downloaded, and let's say that it's test3. The name was test3. And if I want to access test3, right? Currently in this folder, I do not have test3, right? I have only test2, right? So if I want to access test3, the best way is to copy this file from downloads and go to your base location where you have set the path, the new one, and then paste it there. Control V, right? You paste it here and test 3 is available here. So in case if you want to access test 3, all I need to do is I'll go to my Jupyter Notes and test 3 will be available for me here. And I just need to click and it will open for me, right? It's very easy. It's very easy, guys, right? The way we save it, right? Whatever you save it here automatically gets to your base location. But whatever you get from outside, if you are saving it, do not go ahead and save in any other location. Jupyter Notebooks will not be able to access it. Come to your base location, that is this location. Always check that. How do you check it? PWD. And this location, go to this folder and save it so that in your home page that will be reflected and you can just open it from there, right? I hope you understood it, and it's very critical, guys, and I shall see you in the next lecture. Bye for now. Thank you.